All right, everyone. Welcome you all back to the IELTS reading mock test today. So we have a couple of modules like true, false, not given, and two more modules I've got today. So before we begin, let's understand what true, false, not given is. You will be given a paragraph, a big paragraph. One of the statements is Adam eats apples, 5 apples. I mean, I've told multiple times, but still new people, let's spend like 1 minute on this to recapitulate. Okay, the paragraph says Adam eats 5 apples. True, false, not given. Adam eats bananas. Bananas, Nakul, they have not told, so it should be not given, right? No. What Adam eats has been given. Adam eats apples, not bananas. So this has to be a lie. Something that contradicts, exact opposite. They told Adam it's 5 apples. Here they told Adam it's 3 apples. Contradicting. Getting it? Something that contradicts is a false. Adam eats 5 apples. In general, Adam eats apples also. So it's not numeric, it's in general. So this is true. Or 5 apples, still a true. What is not given? They've not told what he likes. He eats has been given. He eats bananas is false because he eats apples. What's his passion is? We don't know. In such a case, it will be not given. Where people go wrong? Not given, they'll get it. True, they get it. Adam eat banana. This is the problem. This is the only thing, most difficult thing in IELTS that takes away your dream score of 8 points. If you can get this, Adam eats banana, Adam eats apples. What he eats is given, it cannot be banana. What he eats is given, it cannot be not given. It is given, it's either true or false. He eats apples, not bananas, it has to be false. If you're getting this, and match headings and all, there are techniques. True, false, not given. If you get, I mean, like all the questions correctly, 10% you can get 40 out of 40 in reading. 9 is possible. Saying this on a positive note, today's mock is little easy, not that difficult. So what we do is, I've got true, false, not given. 8 questions are there. I'm going to give you 10 minutes. Try doing it in 8 minutes. Anyone needs more time? All right. What is the answer for the first one? There were many worst depressions compared to the Great Depression in the history. Excellent, Vandana. Anybody? Excellent, Pooja. Why the answer is false? Manjusha, why the answer is false? Kanchan, why? Rashmi, why? Mini, why? Rami says not given, expected. Lakshya says not given, expected. Because it was the worst. It's only the two, best or the worst. During comparison, use the word better. Good, better, worst, best. The best, the worst. Superlative. There is none beyond it. There is no other worst economic downturn. There could be economic downturn, but none of them are as worst as this. There are many worse depressions compared to no, not possible at all. This is the worst economic downturn. Getting it through? No, Rashmi, no, no, it is mentioned. The worst means there's nothing can be, like worse, more worse than this. Getting it? So answer is it's exactly contradicting. This is the worst. There were many worst. No, no, no. It is the worst. So this is gonna be false. Getting it a little tricky, Ganesh. Perfect. A little tricky. Okay. The fall in the investment. Okay. Okay. My question is different. I'm not asking you about true, false, not given. I'll make you understand very easily. This is the statement. Adam eats 5 apples. Can anyone complete this? Adam eats what? Can anybody complete this statement, please? Apples. Perfect, Ganesh. Correct. The fall in the investment. I want you guys, I'm going to show the paragraph. I want you guys to complete this paragraph. The fall in the investment was one of the reasons for. Read it, no? The fall in the investment was one of the reasons for causing what? Can anyone complete the statement? Decline in the output, steep decline. Perfect, Abhinaya, perfect, Rashma Pooja. Steep decline in industrial output. The fall in the investment, one of the reasons for steep decline in the industrial output. Correct? The fall in the investment was one of the reasons for. He is lying. Getting it, guys? Getting it? Adam eats dash. Adam eats apples. We know. If you say Adam eats bananas, it is false. We know the fall in the investment was one of the reasons for steep decline in the industrial output. It was not the reason for higher productivity. So what is the answer now? Perfect. Perfect, Pooja. Perfect, Charan. So this, if you are getting it and not writing, not given, then you are in the right track. I'm telling you, things will happen on its own. If you're still making mistake, just practicing will not work. See, all I'm telling you is the reality. If you take coaching from me, you may end up still getting low score because execution is different. Hope you are getting it. Execution is different. I'm teaching you, you may forget it. So this not given is wrong. This has to be false. This is the only difficult part in IELTS reading. This is where people lose some 3 to 4 marks easily out of 40, 36. Then 1 or 2, 1 or 2, 1 or 2, 28, 6, 6 or 6.5. If you're getting this, then be happy you're on the right track. Nation's wealth increased between 1920 and 1929. 1920 and 19. Wealth more than double. Double is referred to increased as well. Simple one, Lakshpa. I think everyone has given the correct answer here. If you have doubts, you can click on the chat option on the bottom right. Charu correct, Mini correct, Sarita correct. Even the cleaners had invested, but not the chef. False, false. Very simple, Nakul. I wish something like this comes in the exam. See here, everyone, millionaire tycoons, cooks, janitor is a cleaner, cooks is a chef. Not the chef. No, no, no. Chef also had invested. Correct. So this becomes false. Perfect, Ganesh. Perfect, Ganesh. There was a time where stock prices went higher than their original value. What is the answer for this? Simple questions today. It's true, 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 true. Somewhere much higher than their actual value. So this would be true. Perfect, Ganesh. In spite of clear indication of recession, stock prices expanded. Vandana, correct? I think she already has 8 in reading, if I'm not wrong. Kanchan, correct? Pooja, correct? See here, in spite of American economy entered a recession, but nonetheless, nevertheless, in spite of, despite, stock prices continue to rise. Stock prices expanded. So this is going to be true again. Charan, perfect. Finally, there was a happy face for investors. 5 years after Black Thursday. Have they talked about what happened later after 5 years? Nothing has been mentioned. Adam eats 5 apples. Adam likes to dance. Nothing has been mentioned about what he likes to dance. Not false. Aparna, this will be not given. We cannot say anything because after 5 years, what happened, we don't know. 5 days later, not 5 years later. Correct? So this is going to be not given. Okay. A little tricky. What is the answer for the last one? Kanchan wrong. Abhinaya wrong. Pooja wrong. Dhruv wrong. Archana correct. Vandana wrong. Even if you're fortunate enough to retain your job, you should be happy with the reduced salary. Perfect, Charan. Appreciate that. Manusha perfect. Ganesh perfect. Aparna perfect. Not sure why people wrote not given or false. See, few things will be indirectly given, and something like this can definitely come. As confidence vanished during the stock market crash, the downturn in spending and investment led factories and other businesses to slow down production and began firing their workers. For those who are lucky enough, fortunate enough to remain unemployed, to retain the job, wages fell. Should be happy with a reduced salary. Same thing, no. The happy word is not, it all should be happy means it's not like you're smiling. You should be okay with the lower wages. Properly given, no. That's what people have misunderstood. The happy with means you don't have to show it a haha and all. No, you should be happy with it. Means you should sustain. You should be okay with the reduced salary. This is not like I mean the meaning what it I mean the word what it actually depicts. Should be happy with means you should be smiling and no, not like that. You should be happy with the reduced salary. Should be happy enough that I did not contract the COVID-19. Something of that sort. You should be happy with it means wages fell. Lucky enough to remain employed. You should be okay with lower salary. It is true. It is true. Correct, Asif. This is true. It is very straightforward. Don't have to put extra kidney work there. Very straightforward. Don't say happy word is not. It means you should be okay with the reduced salary. Feelings are not mentioned. That's what I'm telling you. It's not about a feeling. Happy doesn't mean you are, I mean, it's showcasing your feeling. It only means you should be okay with the reduced salary. Anybody there got 8 out of 8? Nobody 8? Sanket, how much you got, sir? You can click on the chat option and type and enter. 7 please. Amna Menon got 7, Vandana 7, Ganesh 7. Excellent score. Still fine, Rohit. Question number 1, can you explain? See, the worst means there is no more, like scenarios worse, more worse than this. It is the worst. She is the best. There is no other person who can compete with. She is the best, the worst. Someone cannot go up, someone cannot go down. But here it says there are other more worse depressions compared to Great Depression. Cannot be. Sanket got it. Appreciate that. 6, anyone got 6 here? I'll explain, Rohit. Abhinay got 6, Pooja got 6, Asif got 6, Joseph got 6. It's a very good score. Charan got 6, Charu, Archana. I think the first and the last were a little tricky. When you got 5, still fine. Even the cleaners had their share in the stocks. See, most of the times they don't give a right, like correct word. Cleaners refer to this word now. From everyone from millionaire tycoons to cooks, cleaners poured their savings into stock. That means everyone had their shares. Here, cleaners had, but not the chef. The chef also had no. He also had the shocks. So it's contradicting. Correct? So this becomes false. Getting it right? Any doubts? Any doubts? No doubts. So now people who are getting consistently 7, or let's say out of 10, you're getting 9, 10, 9, 10. The next step, what you should be doing is try to, if I have given 10 minutes for 8 questions, the next mock for the same 8 number of questions, if I've given 10 minutes, you should try doing it in 5 minutes. That's a skill, that's a progression. 'Cause in the exam, you will have less time, but people who are getting very less to begin with, you try to understand, go slow, and once you understand, then slowly you can pick up your pace. Okay, fine. So we're gonna go to match features. This definitely for like 6 to 8 marks will definitely be there, or 4 to 5 marks in the exam. What is match features? The paragraph is given. You just have to say, as faith was lost, so does the reduction in the factory. Which paragraph told this? Is it A, B, C, or D? Something like that. All 5 questions. I'm gonna give you 4 minutes for this. You've already read the paragraph. You'll not be needing more time. Anyone needs more time? All right, seems like people have done it. Let's understand. Okay, basically how to do it, I've already explained that in the videos, whatever we've already given you. Again, I'll just explain you. You have to write, I mean, read every line. There is no technique. I read only this line, I get every line, which I've already done for this. So you have some idea as to where this unemployment crisis being discussed, where the faith being lost was discussed. What is the answer for the first one? D. Manjusa says B. Nope. Unemployment crisis, unemployed. Here, complete unemployment has been told. Sorry, not there. As confidence vanished, the downturn in spending at the business to slow down production and began firing the workers. Here also, in C also, in B also, unemployment has been not in B, in C also, in A also, in T also. So now you need to stick to the method. As faith was lost. Can anyone quickly tell me the synonym for faith, which is given here in the paragraph? Vanished means lost. Excellent, Sharon. Confidence. It has to be D. The confidence, the faith has been written only in D, not in C, not in B, not in A. Getting up, now? Perfect, Asif, perfect, Laksh, perfect, Sarita. Getting it? So it has to be D. A little tricky one. People see unemployment crisis. Here also unemployed. Here I don't think unemployment has been told. Here also unemployed. So people, get confused. Answer is D for the first one. 50% of the banks could not effectively do their jobs. Answers, please. Dhruv, perfect. Pooja, correct. Abhinaya, correct. Charu, correct. Lakshya, correct. Vandana, correct. Sarita, Ganesh, all correct. Great. So banks, they've told here, failing to liquidate banks has been told here. No, Aparna. 50% of the banks has not been told here, no? Nearly half of the country's bank. So 50% comes to A. Getting it? So this would be A. Any doubts? Simple one, simple one. Don't fall for the traps. The fearful investors sold their shares all together. I think this is what about the crash day. Correct? Here entered a mild recession. Finally, the Black Thursday. This is what it means altogether. Nervous investors. Now, Kanchan, nervous is respect to fearful. Investors sold, began selling shares altogether. They were so nervous that the market was falling down. They sold everything. And that's where you call Black Thursday happened on October 24th, 1929. You could guess it. It is not A, it is not B. COD, C very clearly told nervous. So this will be C. Everyone went so careless that they didn't bother about the risk of loss. By looking at it, you could guess. It is in the starting now. They're introducing background. They're telling. Everyone went so they did not worry about the risk. They were just buying, 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 buying. Can anyone tell me? Careless word is analogous to, is similar to what word given in the paragraph? Perfect, Asif. Charan, perfect. Saita, correct. What is that word? Vandana, correct. Manjusha, correct. Puja, correct. What is that word? I want that word which means careless. Excellent, Sarita. So here comes the vocabulary. Nakul, do you have some list of that? There is no list as such. I'm telling you, if someone is telling you, like read this 500 words, he is just making a fool out of you. There's a millions of words are there. The only way you learn the vocabulary is by using them. Read books, read novels, 30 minutes a day. Know the techniques. IELTS become very easy. Okay. Everyone went so careless. Here is where they're telling the background. First, it increased the wealth of the nation because everyone is putting their money in the shares. Everyone is buying, 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 buying. It completely went up. Scene of reckless speculation. Speculation is your theory. Your theory is so baseless. They're not even considering risk into factor. That is what reckless means. Where everyone poured their savings. Everyone went so reckless they did not bother about the risk of loss. Reckless. Even if you didn't know the meaning of careless or sorry reckless, you could have guessed it. They did not bother about the risk of loss is what here they're telling. Answer is B. Getting it? Any doubts you have, you can click on the chat option on the bottom right and enter your answers. There was a time where banks could not pay back their massive loans. Anyone here work in the bank? Correct. Manjusha, Binaya missed your chat 1 second. 5B, perfect. Pooja, correct. Lakshya, correct. Manjusha works in the bank. What is liquidating the? It cannot be liquidated. What does it mean? Loans could not be liquidated means what? Manjusha, what does it mean? She worked in the bank. Let's understand that. Payback. It means this. Again, a new terminology. Any word can come. Liquidating. Loans could not be liquidated. Banks will take the loans. No, they could not pay it back. Getting it? There's the same word here. And in the exam also, it will be based on the vocabulary. Careless, reckless. I have chosen a very simple one today. Confidence. 50%, nearly half. Fearful, nervous. Liquidate, could not pay back their massive loans. So this is going to be C. Any doubts? Any doubts? How many of you got 5 out of 5? Now we are sure Manjusha works in bank. Asif, Abhinaya got 5. Great. Joseph got 5. Vandana got 5. Laksh got 5. And I'm telling you 4 is not accepted here. Every small mistake builds up. If you really looking forward to 8, then true false, believe me, you may end up making 1 or 2 mistakes for sure. But here you're not supposed to make mistake. So very simple ones you make mistake. Difficult ones also you will definitely make mistake. So the score comes down to 6 or 6.5 towards the end. Be careful. Let's learn. Let's fix mistakes. See this mark as your understanding of the mistakes, not as a competition. Okay, I'm not getting 5 out of 5. Even if you get 4, be happy that you understood what your mistake is and work towards it. Okay, fine. Another toughest module which I usually call is for this. Okay, what I've done is just give me a second. All right. So I've got multiple choice. So this is where people will have a chaos in their mind. They really go crazy looking at the options. So let's do it today. So multiple choice, the paragraph on the left hand side, questions on the right hand side. Each question has 4 options. One of them is correct. Simple one. The 3 questions you already have a background of complete paragraph. I'm gonna give you 3 minutes. Again, I'm telling you. Okay, else people will not listen. See, it's not just about English. It's about logical reasoning skills. I always talk about this. There's a game called Dual and Back or Sudoku. You can play in simple terms, but Dual and Back is really good. You can start playing it. Your logical reasoning skills and a lot of skills improve. What is logical reasoning skill? In this, you will understand. You have to reason it out. Language is one of the aspects. You have have seen a lot of people having an excellent English language, but scores do not reflect it because logical reasoning skills are very not up to the mark. This is all about logical reasoning skills. All the answers seem correct, but only one of them is correct. So now you have to apply logic, put some equations, and get it through. Let's do this. I'm gonna come back and explain. Okay, everything is clear, I believe. Run the timer. Just a second. Oh, very sorry. Okay, I think you guys can do it. Timer is not required. 3 to 4 minutes. I think 3 minutes should suffice. Many have got all three wrong. People have sent the answers. And the questions are usually in the order of the paragraph given. What caused the problem of unemployment will be usually in the first paragraph only. Okay, don't have to look further for that. I'm going to give one more chance. Try to change your answers. Abhinay, you're wrong. Excellent, sir. No, Rashmi. No, Rohit. No, Pooja. Aparna. Nope. Vandanol. Correct. Vandana should be very happy now. Manjusha. Nope. Let's understand. So this is where actually the problem happens. It's true false not given. Multiple choice. Like I told you, here is where your logical reasoning skills have been tested. But there is a way here. The way we call it as elimination method. Pay attention. Otherwise, you will understand the way you want to understand. I will be trying to help you understand the way I want to help you understand. Again, I'm telling you, if you don't pay enough attention now, you will understand in a different way. Elimination method. You will select, let's say the answer is A for this. Suppose the answer is A. You will select the answer as A, not, I repeat, not because A is the answer, but because B is not the answer. C definitely not. D though definitely not the answer. So what is left? A is left. So that means before locking on a particular option, you would make sure to eliminate the other options. I'm not sure about A, but I'm definitely think B, C, and D are not the answers. Getting it? Any doubts? So with that way, if you look into this, your logical reasoning skills will actually work. Let's understand. First one is not HRN. Okay, the Great Depression was the worst economic downturn in the history, lasting blah blah blah. It began after the stock market crash, which sent Wall Street into a panic and wiped out so many investors. Over the several years, pay more attention. Over the several years, consumer spending and investment dropped, causing steep decline in the industrial output. Whatever the industries used to mean, whatever the output they used to produce, it decreased because the demand fell. And employment declines in industrial output and employment as failing companies laid off workers. There are a lot of things happened. Chain of events, Great Depression, investors gone case, then industry's output less, and employment gone. It was not directly caused by the Great Depression. There were so many other instances. The repercussions means consequences. The consequences of large consumer spending? No, man. Consumer spending dropped. Repercussions of reduced consumer spending. Then this would have been the answer. Not large spending. Gone. Numerous consequences of the crash. Yes. Crash happened. One event led to another event. Butterfly effect. One more event, and then the employment came down. Makes sense. Because of the failure of the operation of the banks, some 15 million Americans were unemployed, and nearly, this is just a statement, banks had failed. Because banks had failed, there was like unemployment problem. No, they have not told this. So I'm pretty sure this is not the answer. This is not the answer. A and C, if you closely look at it, C is giving a better meaning. Due to numerous consequences of the stock market crash, unemployment happened. A lot of things happen. It is not just directly caused by, though it's C. If C was not there, I would have gone with A, but C is there. And over A, I feel C is giving a better meaning. This is exactly what I'm telling you. You need to convince yourself with a lot of evidence, a lot of factors. That is exactly where your logical reasoning skills are working. Okay, the answer is C. Any doubts? See, this question will not come in the exam. I'm pretty much sure. No questions will repeat. But the approach you learn, you acquire, try to apply them whenever you are about to solve such questions. One reason or one of the reasons why stock market was at its peak before falling into abyss. Majority of the people have a problem with understanding the question. They just jump to conclusion. Why stock market was at its peak before falling in so deep? Abyss is some deep area. Let's say why it was here is the question. Here they talked about depression. Here they talked about Black Thursday. It is here where nation's total wealth double, stock market centered, blah 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 blah. What is the answer now? How to do it? Let's say if A, can I eliminate? Banks cooperated people to take loans. No, banks couldn't liquidate at all. Obviously, no. Everyone was eager to buy stocks. Makes sense. Everyone's earning was put into stocks. Makes sense. Nation's wealth doubled. Nation's wealth doubled. See now, pay attention. Okay, what is your answer by the way? C C C C C D D D D D D D D D. Read the question. You think D is the answer? Why stock market was at its peak? Because nation wealth doubled. Let's see. They're telling U.S. economy expanded, nation's wealth doubled. Stock market was the scene of reckless speculation where everyone put their money into the stocks. As a result, stock market went rapid expansion. Clearly mentioned, stock market was at its peak because everyone poured their savings into stocks. Correct? Let's read this. As a result, total wealth demolished. Banks not in the picture. Everyone's earning was put into stocks. Everyone was eager to buy stocks. Which one fits in more? Don't don't think of any other different perspective. Word is given, excellent. B is the correct. The word is right over there. C makes sense. If B was not there, my answer would have been C. But since B is there, over C, B is a better choice. Any doubts? People who got C still fine, but this is where these questions trick you in the exam. This is exactly where questions trick you in the exam. This is already given. B is exactly fitting. They're pouring in their savings, whatever they're putting in. It's given. They're eager, but this is a better answer. So answer has to be no, Asif. Here, whatever is given, I'm putting it. That's it. From the paragraph, this is what a lot of people assumed in their mind, but this is what is given. I'm using the same answer. In spite of several evidence towards the fall of the economy. Nonetheless, in spite of economy entered mild recession, there was less output. Unsold goods began to pile up. In, guys, getting it in spite of several evidence towards the fall of economy, what happened? Nonetheless, in spite of is nonetheless, but nevertheless. This is the answer. This somewhere here is the answer. Joseph, nope. People were not panicking. In spite of several evidence towards the fall of the economy, In spite means even though there is a mild recession, people were still buying it. Perfect. Though perfect. Rum is not. Rum is wrong. Alex Lynch and perfect. Kanchan Charu correct. Is getting it. This is the answer now. Rohit perfect. This is the stock prices continue to rise. The market continue to show progression. In spite, please pay attention. In spite means even though, despite, in spite of the rains, my friend went out without an umbrella. Even though it is raining, my friend went out without an umbrella. Even though there was a mild recession, goods had piled up, slowed factory production, still, nevertheless, nonetheless, stock prices continued to rise. Had reached stratospheric levels that could not be justified by the future earnings. The market continued to show progression. Any doubts? Future earnings? No, what I'm telling you, get the question. Even though there was evidence towards mild recession, what happened? Even though there was evidence towards recession, towards the fall of economy, the stocks expanded, continued to rise, reached stratospheric levels. Get the question? Future earnings are predicted. No, even though there was evidence for the fall of economy, the market continued to show progression. Any doubt? Something like this will definitely be there. I'm telling you, are much more difficult than this, but the method remains the same. You have to understand, eliminate. People are panicking. In spite of this, people were not panicking. In spite of this, people became panic when the Tuesday, not Thursday. On the Black Tuesday day, they panicked. Future earnings were predicted. No, that level could not be justified with the future earnings, expected future earnings. This is different, that is different. Bank has not stopped giving loans, no. So that's what to eliminate, but most of the times people have a problem in understanding the question. I totally understand. You will say, Nakul, yes, I tried to understand the question, but still I went wrong. That means whatever you're reading, you are not understanding the way it has to be. Take a novel, start reading, things will definitely fall in place. Here we are understanding the technique, we are not improving the skill. To improve the skill, vocabulary, and lot many stuff, you have to read a book. That is the ultimate solution. This will help you know your mistake. To fix your mistakes at large, you have to read a book. Anybody got 3 out of 3 here? Charan got 3. I think Vandana got 3. Anyone got 2 here at least? Many Basil got 3. Sarita got 2. Charu is there. Pooja is there. Abhinaya. Kanchan 3. Excellent. Dhruv 3. Excellent. Ramesh 2. Laksh 2. Still fine. As long as you understand your mistake, should be totally fine. But yes, you will show that progression over time. Over time. That is the reason course has been structured this way. It's not like 3 classes I give you or like 5 classes and you will give exam. It will not work. It needs its own time. Still fine, Ramesh and Napana. Fine, guys. Saying this, we'll pack it here. Sunday evening, 4 p.m. India time. We'll have our writing session. Gonna catch you soon. Till then, take care. Bye bye.